Hello and welcome to Soul Bouquet, where we carpe our every damn diem. Today's pick a card reading is on what's blocking you in your career. So I mean by that, like maybe you're at one stage and you want to progress further, or you're looking for a new field or something like that. We'll see more in what's more in it in your individual reading, but yes, just to see what's blocking you from progressing further into your career, basically. So as always, I have 4 piles for you. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So to choose a pile, just sit back, relax, and use your intuition and inner voice to choose whichever pile or piles or sigils that is calling out to you. As always, do remember that this is a general reading, so only take the bits and pieces that resonate with you and leave the rest behind. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you in your pile. Timestamps will be listed in the description and the comments below. See you there. So hello to everyone who chose pile 1 with this sigil. This is your reading. Once again, this reading is on what's blocking you in your career or what's blocking you further from progressing in your career path. So I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your tarot first. And after I read your tarot, I'm going to clarify with some oracle cards a little later on. So the cards I got for you are the Hangman, the Five of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Cups. The back of the deck, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and on that side you have the Lovers. Clarifying those, you have the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands reversed. The back of that deck, we have the Seven of Swords reversed, and it's on the other side, the bottom, we have Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so your sigil means I breathe easily, deeply, and fluently. And that to me, when I was just writing it, it was sort of about meditation and just taking a breather for yourself so you could like calm down. Anyway, I'm going to come here first to the back of the deck. And you have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by the Seven of Swords reversed. And what I'm just sort of seeing here is that I think things are just going a bit too slow for your liking. Like, right now I feel that you're in like the sort of Knight of Pentacles energy. So you're planning things and you want things to be very in order for things to work out for you. However, I feel that that's almost a self-sabotage in a way, if that makes sense, with the Seven of Swords here in the reverse position. I feel that by you trying to make sure all your ducks are in a row, I feel like you're trying to make sure that all your ducks in a row, but it's really more you're trying to catch flies. So once you got one thing in a row, one thing in order, something else goes out of place, or you notice something else that's missing or something like that. And I feel that with the sigil here, it's just really saying, you know, don't keep on doing that. Like just take a bit of a breather. And then with the Lovers and the Queen of Swords here, this job is one that's very good for you. Like it's or the career path or something like that is very good for you. And you know that. However, you're sort of, again, sabotaging it. I feel like because things are moving slow or because you're just always seeing something's going wrong, you're not really seeing where it's going right. And I feel that energy is kind of bringing the entire situation down. So I do think it's just a call to, it's like, I feel it's almost like, let's say you have an interview and then the interview's been postponed for a day and you're just like, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to walk away from it. It's sort of like extreme Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords in the upright, she will like, you know, you can see she would cut someone's head off if they're wronging her. But I feel like in this position, you're being extremely defensive about it, and because of that, you are sort of losing opportunities, if that makes sense. So I'm going to come here to the Five of Pentacles reverse, and it's being clarified by the Knight of Wands. The first thing I do want to say is that before I move on, I do want to say that I can see that whatever this career path you are taking, you do have a lot of passion about it. Like, besides these two cards, all these three are all, for the clarifiers, these are all wands, and wands are all about passion. And with this deck in particular, when I use it to clarify, I use it more as your emotions, or like what's like right beneath the surface. So I could see you'd have a lot of passion for it, but and that is being sort of emphasized here by the Knight of Wands. Like, the Knight of Wands rushes into things without a plan because there's so much passion. But I feel that in the past, when you had done that, it didn't really go right. I feel like it kind of led to poverty, and you are sort of coming out of that energy now. But that, because of that, that's why you're so defensive with your energy. Like, I do think that you're coming in from the cold, but it's almost sort of, I want to say, like a double-edged sword. So you are willing to go to the first thing that's totally, I want to say, in alignment, but it's not really in alignment. So if it's like a job offer, the first one that comes by and says yes, you're going to go to, if you waited like another 2 days, another one would say yes to you, and that one would have been a lot better. But yeah, so I'm seeing you are kind of coming in from the cold. It's just, and I do feel that you see opportunity as well, but I feel with this Knight of Wands, you're rushing it a bit. Like, you're not really looking to see where things could go, not where things could go wrong. It's just, you're not really, I want to say, using your energy efficiently. Because the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who uses their energy quite efficiently. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're going to make sure everything is in its right place. And like, I'm feeling with you, it's kind of difficult for you to get the balance right. So sometimes you are too hesitant, and then sometimes you're too, what's the word? And then sometimes you're too, what's the word, is it? Like, rushy. I don't remember. I can't remember the exact word I'm looking for. The opposite of hesitant. But yeah. And then I'm going to come here now to the Hanged Man, and it's being clarified by the Five of Wands. So what I'm seeing with the Hanged Man is that now I feel like when you're just sort of like taking a break from things now, because I feel like these two extremes sort of exhausted you in a way. So now you're just like, okay, well, this person didn't right when I waited, and when I went for everything to go through, get right, nothing worked. And then when I went and just pursued things that lined up, they didn't go right. And now you're just like, I feel you're just taking a break from the entire cycle in general, if that makes sense. For instance, you were in the arts. I feel like you're stopping going to auditions, or you're stop applying for stuff like that. You're just sort of like, you know what? I'm going to, like, over here, I'm going to breathe deep. You're going to take a breath, really. And that's what you're sort of doing now, because you're kind of tired of fighting, I want to say, like an uphill battle, because I just think you've been sort of, as I said, it's a lot of passion here for this role. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot of passion here for this role, but it's like you were so passionate about it, and you wasn't really doing the right balance of work and like rushing and hesitating. So it sort of put you off it at the moment. And I do think that's where your main hang up is, that you're not, that's where your blockage is, because it's sort of a call for you to like come out of both of those energies. Like, don't plan too much, don't just rush into things. Like, take steps, don't run, don't crawl, just like stop, like, if that makes sense. But anyway, so here we have the outcome of your reading, which is the Two of Cups, but it's being clarified by the Six of Wands reversed. So with the Two of Cups, I'm seeing like this is your field. This is the field that you're meant to be in. But it's just you do really need to change the way that you're going about things, because if this was in the upright position, it's like your passion paid off and you got the victory that you want. But right now, it's just the way you're doing things with like you're fighting these two parts of yourself. That's not going to lead to your victory. That's not going to lead to your success. And I do feel if you keep on going that way, you're just going to step out of the industry altogether. Like, you do have both the Lovers and the Two of Cups here. Like, these are almost like, this one is, they're pretty much the same card, but this one's a lot more impactful, and you have both of them. Like, so it is saying that this is the right field and the right industry for you. You just need to make determined steps, like steps that will make impact. And I don't mean slow down, and I don't mean speed up. I mean, like, take a breath, think about things before you do them. Don't think too hard. Don't look for every, like, I don't want to say, don't look under every rock, but just sort of balance. That's what you're needing here. You need more balance. Anyway, I'm going to move on to your Oracle cards now. So the first cards I have for you today are these Moonology cards. And you have 3. The first one is you're very close to achieving your goal, which is the gibbous moon. Surrender to the divine, which is the full moon. And confidence is your key to success, which is the new moon in Leo. The back of the deck, you have nothing will come of the situation, which is the void of course moon. So I wouldn't really worry about that one too much. I do think with that, it's just really, if you don't get in balance, you're not going to really get to where you're going, or you're not going to get to where you want to go. But anyway, so I'm going to come here to these two first, actually, at the same time. So, like, you're very close, as it's saying, you're very close because you are in the right industry. Like, I'm not seeing that you need to change course or anything like that. It's just, you need to change your approach because you are almost there. Like, I feel that there are a lot of opportunities around you for what it is that you want to achieve, but you need to just sort of surrender it. Like, I feel both of the ways that you have been approaching this in the past, both of these are sort of rooted in fear. Like, this one you're afraid things will go wrong, and this one you're just like rushing into things. But you just need to surrender the situation. When it comes, you just have to like ask yourself, okay, is this a good situation? Can I see it working? And we have here, confidence is your key to success. And I do think it's just, you need to be confident in the industry because, as I said here, you are in sort of like the hangman mode right now. And like the hangman is similar to surrendering, but I feel like with you, you're not doing it in a surrender way, you're doing it in a give up way, which are two very different things. Yeah, you have to have confidence in the choices that you make, and in the choice that you made in this industry, because this is the right one for you. And I do want to say that with the new moon in Leo, I feel like it might be a timing one as well. So maybe sometime about around Leo season that this will something will come for you. And it is like, Leo season in August, but then there are also like different moon phases. So the moon could be in Leo, for instance, and that could be a time that something will be coming towards you. Anyway, so now I'm going to come here. You have 2 Clow cards. The first one is the Sword, and the second one is the Big. So I'm just going to read those out to you. So I'm going to start here with the sword. The sword says quest for truth, compensation, a destructive power sometimes. And I feel like that this is for you. It's just really the compensation bit, because I feel that you have been like fighting with the sword to try to get it is where you want to go. Um and it is saying that your rewards will be your efforts will be rewarded, but you do have to, as I said, the quest for truth. It's not really truth, it's just like you have to undertake the task to look for it. But again, not too hard. Like don't I feel like it's a very balanced thing with you. Like not too don't look too hard, don't look too soft, if that makes sense. But like, just give the effort that you're comfortable with doing. Like don't burn yourself out. And then with this one, you have the big. So the big says big possibility and ability, an increase of the thirst for knowledge. And I do think that with the big possibility and ability is because this is like this is a perfect match for you, whatever this industry is. But I also am seeing it in conjunction with the sword. Maybe it is something in this industry that you have to sort of study a bit more of. So, like, maybe instead of actively looking for roles, maybe you could study a bit more. Don't take that to the extreme though. Don't get like the Knight of Pentacles, but how it resonates. So maybe study a bit as you're looking and that sort of thing. Anyway, so now I'm going to come here to a guided by the angel card. You have 1, which is number 9, and it is Haziel. Haziel says, he has the grace and compassion of God because he understands rather than judges the mistakes of others. He appreciates that painful experiences occur so that we can move forward in our evolution. He enjoys the protection of older or influential people, and, due to his brilliant performance, he often holds important posts. In the most difficult moments, he relies on divine providence and feels favored in issues related to justice. A loyal companion and a great friend, he has a nobility of character. For you, I'm sort of seeing the phrase, he appreciates painful experiences occur so you can move forward. And I do think that this is sort of why this has happened to you. It's not that it's not a sign that you should move on from this. It's just saying that I feel like you're just putting in your dues, if that makes sense. So once you do get it, it is here to stay. It's just mainly for now, it might just be a bit slow. I realized I forgot to read out the attributes for the angel, so I'm just recording this a little bit after. So the attribute is the god of compassion, the planet is Uranus, the angelic choir is the cherubim, the ruling hour is from 2:40 a.m. to 3 a.m. The reasons for invoking is to give and receive goodwill, to keep promises, to receive support in others and divine compassion, to have good friendships, and for reconciliation. So the next card I have for you are these lookup cards, and I have 3 for you today. The first one says, great things can never come from comfort zones. And I do think that for you is like saying to sort of get out of this hangman mentality, because I feel that you have put a lot of effort into this. Like as I said, you have a lot of passion for it, and I feel like you're sort of on the verge of giving up, and it's saying not to do that. Don't like go back to where you were. Just stay for a bit longer. Then we have your past does not equal your future. And I'm feeling that as a similar thing. So even though in the past I feel that what you were looking for hasn't really worked out in this field, you are almost there. And then lastly, protect your happiness. So that is, once again, don't let yourself burn out. Don't just rush into each and every of the opportunities. Don't take the joy out of it by planning too hard. It's just saying sort of to cool down almost. Anyway, so then the back of the cards say, change your phone wallpaper to something that makes you smile each time you look at it. Write down a list of everything you'd like to accomplish in the next year. And make the most of your lunch break, get away from work, go for a walk, and feel refreshed for the whole afternoon. Usually I don't really like those, but I do feel like that for your situation, that could actually help. Like if you change it to something that's related, I feel like that will sort of reignite the passion you have for it. And yeah, do have goals, and this is not really, I'm taking it literally, it's just really to make sure you de-stress. Anyway, so I also have a mindful activity for you today. So this is the activity I pulled for you. It's a picture of a pocket watch. And it says, mindful waiting. Anytime you find yourself waiting today, be it when you're in line at the shops, waiting for someone who's late, or waiting for something to load on your computer or phone, take this opportunity to practice mindfulness, meditation, gratitude, or prayer. What if you were to practice being on the lookout for moments of waiting in the day? In those moments, instead of grabbing something to fill the space, you recognized it as an opportunity to be okay with just waiting. And that's a quote by Elisha Goldstein of mindfulness.org. Today, be happy to wait. And yeah, so I do think that even though these activities are usually just for one day, I do think that for you, like in general, and I feel that you're like waiting for responses and things like that, do have like a sort of mindful moment. Like usually when you're waiting for a response, it could be days or hours or weeks. So don't like overdo it once again, but it's just sort of like every time you feel the stress of waiting come back, just take a moment for yourself. Anyway, pile one, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello to everyone who chose pile two with this sigil. Welcome to your reading. Once again, this reading is on what's blocking you in your career or what's blocking you from progressing in your career. I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your tarot first, and then after I read your tarot, I'm going to clarify with some oracle a little bit later on. So these are the cards I have for you. First, you have the King of Swords reversed. Then you have the Eight of Cups. And then for the last position, two came out, which is the Three of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Wands. Back of the deck, you have the Knight of Pentacles. And then on the other side, you have the Magician. Clarifying those, you have the Queen of Cups reversed. You have the Page of Swords. And then lastly, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. The back of the deck, you have the Eight of Wands reversed, and on the other side, you have the Two of Swords reversed. So I just want to mention before I go on, this was in the back of the deck, the last pile, so if you feel called to check it out, the Six of Wands was there as well, not in the same position. Anyway, so your sigil means I am discovering new opportunities. So yeah, we'll see what that means further on in the context of your reading. I do want to just say off the bat, just like looking at that Eight of Cups, I feel like it might be the opposite for you. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to the back of the deck, and you have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by the Eight of Wands reversed. What I'm sort of feeling for you is that you are holding yourself up from pursuing more opportunities. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, though he does move. So I do feel that you are perhaps going for these opportunities, or you're thinking about going for it, but you're just like, oh, let me make sure this is ready and that's ready and this is ready. But the real reason for you doing it is because I feel that you might have lost passion for whatever it is that you are engaged with. Like in the upright, the Eight of Wands is somebody who is not rushing in, but is saying like fast and direct movement and with a lot of passion. And in this reverse position, I feel like there's a lot of hesitation, and I feel that it might just be because you don't know if this is the right field for you or not. With the Magician here and the Two of Swords reversed, it's just sort of saying to me, like, I do think that there is a big opportunity for you, or you know that if you wanted to go forward with this career path, there wouldn't be anything stopping you. It's just that you're feeling quite unsure about it with this Two of Swords in the reverse position. Like the Two of Swords in general does represent a choice, but I feel like with this in the reverse position, you're sort of seeing it as a double-edged sword. So it's sort of like on one hand you have, like, you know, you're going forward in the career path, but on the other hand you don't really know if you like this career path or not, and you'll be kind of stuck in it. But yeah, so take that as it resonates. I do want to come here first, and I feel that might have something to do with the new opportunities that you're discovering. Like it might be that, let's say you've already done a degree in the subject that you're unsure about now, and you're sort of seeing new opportunities around you for different career paths, and you're unsure if you should do what you already have a foundation in, or do what it is that's sort of calling out to you. Anyway, so I'm going to come here next to the Eight of Cups, and it's being clarified by the Page of Swords. And what it's kind of saying to me is that, yeah, I do think that you've sort of walked away from whatever it is that you have a foundation in favor of the new thing. And I'm sort of seeing that with the Page of Swords, because pages represent something that's immature and something that's not very stable. And I do think that's what you're walking away from here. You're walking away from the stability of the other thing in order to sort of satisfy your curiosity with the new opportunity. So I'm going to come here to the King of Swords reversed, being clarified by the Queen of Cups reversed. And what I'm seeing is, like, it's not that you are here looking to see what's blocking you. I feel like this is just really a reading for you, confirming that you made the right choice with the new opportunity. Because like what I'm seeing is this King of Swords is representing this new opportunity, and you are just feeling quite unconfident about it. It's not really, I feel like you still feel maybe you should turn back around and go back to where you have that foundation, because that does seem like a more sturdy option. But what I'm seeing here with the King, that this new opportunity is the one that you should go for. This is a lot better for you. And with the Queen here, this is a couple, even though they're not the same suit. The king is a king and the queen, so it is showing that it is a good match in general. And then you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and I feel like that's just sort of representing you again with your uncertainty. The Queen of Cups is somebody who always protects their emotions. Like, she's not in this card, she doesn't have a lid, but usually she has a lid on it. But you can see here she's catching what's dripping out of the cup. And I feel that in this reverse position, I feel that you do feel a bit stressed because you have walked away from something very sturdy in favor of something that's a risk. And you're unsure if there's going to be like a safety net, if something's going to actually catch you or not. However, I am feeling that you have made the right decision in following the new thing. So I'm going to come here to the outcome, which is the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Pentacles is reversed, and the Ace of Cups reversed. Just going to focus on these two first. And I'm feeling that this is just, again, assuring you that you have made the right choice with the new opportunity. Or if you're not sure, this is a confirmation that you should go for the new opportunity. Even though you don't really have a foundation in it, because the Three of Pentacles are usually in foundations, I'm seeing that as your success is lying here. This is where you want to go. And with the Six of Wands, it is about passion as well. So you found your passion, and that will lead you to success in itself. With the Ace of Cups in the reverse position, I'm just sort of seeing it as a warning, saying to sort of protect your emotions. I feel like that there's going to be people around you who aren't going to be quite so supportive of this decision, but it is saying that, again, you have made the right decision. Just sort of protect your emotions a bit, and maybe just keep it to yourself. Don't like brag about the new great thing you found until you have actual results from it. But they are coming, I feel. I'm going to come back here to the sigil. So yeah, this new opportunity you have, even though that it's not something that is, let's say, guaranteed, I do feel that you are making the right decision by choosing it. So I'm going to come here now to your oracles, and the first oracle cards I have for you are these Moonology cards. So you have 3. The first one is Show the World the Real You, which is the full moon in Aquarius. Oh, sorry, you have 4 actually. Then you have Your Commitment is Being Tested, which is the first quarter moon. Then you have Balanced Spirituality and Practicality. And the last one is Confidence is Your Key to Success. That card was also in the last pile. But anyway, at the back of the deck, you have It's Time to Release Negativity, which is the full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so first I'm going to come here to show the world the real you. I do think that this is a callback to this Ace of Cups. And I do feel that I do think it's up to you if you want to tell people about it or not. I do feel that it's more of saying, do tell people, just tell them when you are ready. The full moons in general are about releasing, and over here we have It's Time to Release Negativity. So it's sort of when the time is right, it is going to be good for you to tell people about this and tell people about what you're doing. It's just don't really jump the gun. Then the next card is this one. Your commitment is being tested. And yeah, I do think that you will be tested on this path a lot because you don't really have a foundation in it. As you know, you don't really have a foundation in it. So I feel like once you do go on this pathway, you will encounter things that sort of make you think, oh, maybe I should turn back. You want to turn back, but don't do it. Like after the first quarter moon, the next is the full moon, and the full moon is when things start to happen, what you're trying to manifest appear. So you just have to like sort of hold on and wait for that to happen. Then you have Balanced Spirituality and Practicality, and I do think that's just sort of saying to find balance in not spirituality but more of the, I want to say, financial aspect, because I do feel like with these 2 cups, they do both sort of reference comfort for you. So if you can find a way to be a bit more financially stable, if that means like maybe taking up a part-time job or something like that whilst you're working towards this new opportunity, do that. And then, or also, even if it's like something like an investment, make sure that you don't invest all your money and then you just have to eat like 3 grains of rice for the next 6 months. Like, make sure whatever it is you're doing, there's a balance in it. But lastly, you have confidence is your key to success. So yeah, you have made a decision because it has called out to you. Just be confident in your decision. Anyway, next I have these cloud cards for you. I have 2 for you today. The first one is the erase, and the second one is the voice. So I'm just going to read those out to you now. So I'm going to start here with the erase, and the erase says, stagnation of luck, a warning to wait. I'm really feeling, but it does also talk about finances and reckless spending. So I do think it is just another warning to make sure that before you take the sleep, like definitely do go for it. You need to make sure that you are going to be taking care of you are taken care of in a practical way. Like if you're maybe thinking of studying a new course or something, make sure you have enough money to get by while you're doing the course. Anyway, so then the next card is the voice. So the voice says, I want to make friends, relationships properly, resulting in feelings. And I feel like for you, it might have something to do with networking. Like maybe that there's people that you could reach out to who are already in this field, like maybe someone on LinkedIn or something like that, who will be able to help you and be able to assist you to get where you're going. This card also always does remind me of also does indicate to me to look out for your heart chakra. So that might be something you want to like look into, or maybe get like a crystal that represents what's connected to the heart chakra, like malachite. And maybe you want to do some meditations on those. Anyway, so then the next oracle card I have for you is one of these guided by the angel cards. And the one I have for you is number 36, which is Menadel. Menadel says, optimistic, independent, active, and advanced, he considers honesty and truth to be a highly important factor in life. He possesses a lot of willpower and is shrewd, self-confident, and direct in his form of speaking. He acts with discretion and astuteness, assuming responsibility with dedication and seriousness. A perfectionist who is dedicated to work, he expects the same attitudes from his colleague. He is well liked from his work environment, but is rather easily offended and quick to criticize things that he does not like. An excellent friend and companion, he is also a passionate lover. So for you, I'm seeing that it's sort of like he possesses a lot of willpower, and I do think that to go down this path, because I feel like this is sort of the path less traveled, you will have to have a lot of willpower to make it through. But I do see you making it through to success. You have the 6 of Wands there. Anyway, so I'm going to read out the attributes now in case you want to call on this angel. So the attribute is God deserving of admiration. The planet is Jupiter. The angelic choir is the Dominions. The ruling hour is from 11:40 a.m. to 12 p.m. The reasons for invoking is to stay in work, to keep what we have, to find lost objects, to protect us against slander and curses, and to receive news about people far away. So now I'm going to come here to these lookup cards. I have 3 for you today. The first one says, be so good that they can't ignore you. And I do think that is about the situation in general, because I do feel that you're coming into this as sort of an underdog. So, like, there's a quote from a movie, you have to do twice as good to get half. So sort of like that. Make sure that you are doing everything perfectly, so you will get ahead. And then we have to let failure define you. And as I said, I do feel like this is going to be, there might be a few setbacks on this road that you have chosen, but don't let that define you. And then you have always open new doors. And I do think that is just another confirmation for you to take this new opportunity. I'm going to read out the back of the cards now. So the first one you have is invest in a good pillow. Sleep is important, so make good sleep hygiene a priority. Do you have an aftershave, an outfit, or a drink that you've been saving for a special occasion? Make that occasion today. And let the people you love know that you love them. I don't really like these actions too much, so I've got a mindful activity for you to do instead. So this is the activity I have for you. It looks like maybe it's a candle, I think, or some sort of fancy thing. And it says candle staring exercise. Find or buy a nice candle. Wait until it is dark and you have a little time to yourself. Switch the light off and just stare at the candle flame for 10 minutes straight while studying everything about it you can. When your mind wanders, become aware of where it's going and then bring it back to the candle flame. A simple and easy exercise. So yeah, that's something nice you could do for a bit of mindfulness if you are interested. But anyway, pile 2, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. Bye bye. Hello to everyone who chose pile 3 and this sigil. This is your reading. I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second, but first I'm just going to show you your tarot. And then after I read your tarot, I will clarify with some oracle cards a little bit later on. Once again, this reading is on what's blocking you in your career or progressing in your career. So these are the tarot I drew for you. You have the Empress reversed, the 10 of Swords reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. The back of the deck, you have the Page of Pentacles reversed, and on the underside, you have the 6 of Swords. Clarifying those, you have the Star reversed, the Chariot, and the 2 of Cups reversed. The back of that deck is the Ace of Swords reversed, and on the other side we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So your sigil means I am graduating to a new level. So we'll see what that has to do with the rest of your reading. Just by laying out the cards, I do feel like there's some resistance from you. Anyway, so I'm going to come here first to the back of the deck energy. And we have the Page of Pentacles being clarified by the Ace of Swords, and those are both reversed. So with this, I feel that you are sort of fed up with some situation. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who's quite curious and wants to go and look for their future fortune. They're immature, but not in a bad way. So they have like a sort of youthful way of looking for what it is that they want. But in this position, I'm feeling that you don't even know what it is that you want to go out and get. And that's kind of being confirmed to me by this Ace of Swords, because swords, and especially Ace of Swords, are about new ideas. And I feel like you don't have any idea of where it is that you want to go and where it is and what it is that you want to achieve. And then we have these 2 cards here, which is the 6 of Swords, and it's being clarified by the Ace of Cups reversed. So the 6 of Swords is about moving on to better places. And I feel that it maybe there was a situation that you had left in the past that you weren't quite happy with. And you decided to like maybe leave that situation without a security net. And that's sort of being emphasized to me by the Ace of Cups in the reverse position, because cups are about emotion and emotional fulfillment. And I feel that whatever the other situation was, you didn't have any fulfillment there. But now that you've left the situation, you don't know which way it is you're supposed to go now. I'm going to come here now to the 10 of Swords being clarified by the Chariot, and the 10 of Swords is reversed. So yeah, I'm once again seeing that you had left some sort of situation that you were not happy in with the 10 of Swords. The Ten of Swords in this position is not as bad as it is in the upright. So like, I feel that you are in some sort of position, or maybe you're feeling that way now, that in whatever situation it is, you aren't happy about it at all. And I feel that I feel like maybe it was in like a dead end job or a terrible job, and you left that place quite quickly without any regrets, without any looking back, and you were just like sort of out of there. Or maybe it could be that you're considering it. Yeah, I'll take it as it resonates. But um yeah, I do see that you're in some sort of position that you didn't know where to go. I'm feeling that for some people it could be that maybe you just finished school or something like that, and uh it's sort of an ending that you're welcoming, but now you're unsure which way to go. Take it as it resonates. But yeah, I am seeing that it could be like with those people who are finishing school, they don't really want to finish, if that makes sense, because like we have the moving on card here and the graduating to a new level, and I feel that where they were in school, it was sort of stability. So you knew what was going to happen each day, and now that you're moving on, you don't know which way it is you have to turn. For those of you who have lost a job, it's similar. So, like the job you left, you hated, but now you're not sure which way you're going to go in the future. Anyway, so now I'm going to come here to the Empress being clarified by the Star, and those are both reversed. And I feel like these two cards just summarize your block in itself. You don't have any hope for the future at the moment. Like, you don't know which way it is that you want to turn. Like, the Empress is about bringing things to life and bringing, it's like a very mothering figure, very nurturing. And in the reverse position, I feel that you don't have any sort of goal. Like, if you think about it, like the Empress is a symbol for motherhood and a symbol of pregnancy, and I feel like you don't have anything like that in your plans. Like, you don't know what you should do in the future, you don't know what you should do next, you don't have anything that you're trying to bring into the world, you don't have any passions. And I feel that that's again with the Star card. Like, the Star card is about hope, and you can see she's watering, well, not in this card, but usually she waters barren land. And I'm feeling your land is bare. You don't know at all what it is that you want to do. And that's why you're blocked. It's like you can't go towards, it's sort of like, I want to say a drifter almost energy. Let's say you want to have something to eat and you go to the grocery store and you don't know what it is you want. Like, you have a lot of options available to you. It's just that you haven't buckled down and chose something yet. You don't know which way you want to go. Like, you don't know if you want sushi, or you don't know if you want pasta, or you don't know if you want like Caribbean. Like, there's so many options and so many things overwhelming you, and because you don't have any sort of direction at the moment, you can't go anywhere. I feel like you're just getting stuck. Alright, so now I'm going to come here. And we have the King of Swords reversed being clarified by the Two of Cups reversed. So yeah, with this, I'm just sort of seeing, it really is just saying that you need to come into your own power, because the King of Swords in this one, in the reverse position, the King of Swords does not really have any direction. Swords are all about directness and communication and like choosing. Like, the King of Swords is a very direct person. But in this reverse position, it's because you just don't know which way you want them to go, and you have to choose something in order to go ahead and go and do it. That's what's really blocking you here. And I feel like it's not going to be a direct process. I feel like you're going to have to like kiss a couple of frogs to find your prince sort of energy with this Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups is about soulmates and, like, let's say perfect matches. And I feel that because you don't know what it is you want to do, you're going to have to explore a bit, let's say, to be able to find something that's really suitable for you. With this sigil, I am graduating to a new level. Again, I do feel like this is in some cases, sort of an unwelcome graduation. Once it is that you decide, you will be at a new level, like you are going up. It is about you coming out of whatever it is that your comfort zone is, but I feel that your comfort zone was too cramped. Once you're able to come out of that, you will be in a much better place. Anyway, so now I'm going to come to Oracle cards. The first one I have for you here are Moonology cards. And you have 3. So the first one is Have Faith in Your Dreams, which is the waxing crescent moon. Then you have Be Bold and Make the First Move, which is the cardinal moon. And then you have What Do You Need to Release, which is the waning moon. The back of the deck, you have Surrender to the Divine, which is the full moon. So I'm going to come here first to Have Faith in Your Dreams. And I feel like for you, it's not even, you have to have faith in your dreams. You have to discover what your dreams are, because you can't have faith in something that you are not sure is there, if that makes sense. And then we have Be Bold and Make the First Move. And I feel that's just sort of saying you have to kind of unstick yourself, because I feel like this is such a unwelcome, or this is such a new experience. It's so outside of your comfort zone. I feel like you're kind of paralyzed and frozen. And it's saying, you have to get out of that. Like, the first thing that comes isn't going to be the right thing for you, but like, you have to get through the wrong ones to find the right one. And then we have lastly, What Do You Need to Release? And I feel that you just need to sort of release the situation. I feel that this situation is so new to you that you're sort of like reminiscing upon the past and like what it is that you've had and what you had lost. And it's really just saying, release negative part about that, because there's nothing wrong with looking back at the past and like saying, oh, look how, like, reminiscing in old memories. But I feel like you're not reminiscing, you're just sort of getting stuck there, if that makes sense. Like saying you're comparing what you have lost instead of seeing what you have gained. Anyway, so now these next cards I have for you are Clow Cards. You have 2. The first one is the Twin, and then the second is the Storm. So I'm going to read those out to you. I'm going to come here to the Twin first, and the Twin says the best partner's appearance. And I feel like you're going to meet someone. I don't think it's going to be in a romantic sense, but I feel like you're going to meet someone who's in a very similar situation to you, or a very similar position to you. And I feel like that person's going to be able to really understand. And I feel that together you're going to be able to like amplify each other's energy. So this could be good or bad. So if you're both sort of just sitting around being stuck, you're both are going to just stay stuck. Together you're going to make it worse. But if you both, or if like one of you wants to like sort of move on and try to find where it is that they're looking for, or find your perfect, let's say, match, then you both will be able to help each other do that. I do think it is also about the job itself that's coming up, because I feel like there is something good for you on the horizon, but you have to get to the horizon first. You're going to have to go through that journey. And then the next card you have is the Storm. So the Storm says intense emotions, frustrations being reduced. And I do think that does have to do with the Twin there. Like, once you find somebody who's able to understand where you're coming from, I feel that the whole situation will seem sort of brighter for you. But again, you will be mirroring each other. So if one of you are in a bad space, the other one will be in a bad space as well. Anyway, so the next oracle card for you I have is one of these guided by the angel cards. And the card you have is number 59, which is Hauriel. So I'm just going to read that out to you. So Hierael says, he is an avid learner, wishing to be trained in all the sciences. Enormously charismatic, he stands out for his virtue, noble spirit, jovial mood, and bravery. His spirituality is so deep that he is open to teachings from divine sources. He could be a healing channel or paint channeled pictures through working with oracles. At a mature age, he unexpectedly wins or earns money he uses mainly to fulfill the mission of his earthly existence. So for you, I'm sort of just seeing that first sentence. He is an avid learner, wishing to be trained in all the sciences. So I do think that to find what it is that you want, it is similar to training. You have to go and experience the different things of like different walks of life and different realms to be able to find what it is that you want. I'm just going to read out the attributes now. So the attribute is God who knows all things. The planet is Venus. The angelic choir is the virtues. The ruling hour is from 7:20 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. The reasons for invoking are to enhance the fertility of all living things, to find valuable objects that have been lost, to make children cooperate with their parents, to help those who work in stock exchanges, archives, and libraries, and also collectors. Yeah, maybe that like last list is a sort of thing that you should be looking into. That could be a good idea. Anyway, now I have these lookup cards for you. We have 3. For the first one is forget the mistake, remember the lesson. And I do think that that's just going to be useful for you in general because, again, I'm feeling like whatever field that you're going to go into, it's going to take a while for you to get there. So don't like give up after the first few things don't work out. Then the next one is be so good that they can't ignore you. And I'm feeling like for you, it's not really so they can't ignore you. It's more of a self-confidence thing because I feel that you have lost that with whatever it is that's happened, whatever this graduation is moving. You are, it's sort of taking a nick out of your confidence. So it's sort of just saying to bring that back. Then the last one is don't let failure define you, which is a lot like the first one to me. So yeah, it might be a few mistakes, but you'll be able to get there in the end. Okay, so now I'm going to read the other side. So the first one is smile at any chance you get. Invest in a good pillow. Sleep hygiene is important, so make good sleep hygiene a priority. And then, do you have an aftershave, an outfit, or a drink that you have been saving for a special occasion? Make that occasion today. I don't really like those too much, so I have this mindfulness activity that you could do if you were interested. And the one I have for you is this one. It's like the red and yellow M&M, and they look like they're in a 3D movie with 3D glasses on. So you have the M&M game. Today, buy a pack of M&Ms or similarly colored sweets. Then tonight, when you have the chance for a little alone time, start to enjoy them while doing the following. For every red one, say one thing that makes you happy. For every blue one, say one thing that makes you sad. For every green one, say one thing that makes you angry. For every yellow one, say one thing that makes you excited. For every brown one, say one poor choice you have made today and what you could have done differently. For every orange one, say one good choice you made today. So yeah, that sounds actually kind of fun. But anyway, pile 3, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye-bye. So hello to everyone who chose this sigil, which is pile 4. This is your reading. I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second, but first I'm just going to show you your tarot. And after I read the tarot, I'll clarify with some oracle a little bit later on. Once again, this is a reading on what's stopping you from progressing in your career. So the tarot I have pulled for you are the Ace of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Back of the deck, you have Judgment reversed, and on the other side, you have Three of Wands. Clarifying those, you have the Two of Wands reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, and the Six of Pentacles. The back of the deck, you have the Four of Wands, and the other side, you have the Three of Pentacles again. So your sigil means I am happy, content, and prosperous now. So you'll see what that means in the context of your reading a little bit later on. But first, I'm just going to come here to the back of the deck energy. And once again, it is Judgment reverse, clarified by the Four of Wands. And I'm sort of feeling that with this, I feel that there might be some sort of situation that has happened in the past that you want to return to because it was so stable. Or perhaps maybe you're looking back at something with rose-colored glasses, something that's already passed. Right. Yeah, it might be that because with the sigil here, it might be that because of whatever situation that you have already left and it's different from where you are now, you're sort of comparing it. It's kind of reminding me of the last pile 3. So check that out if you feel called to. The Three of Wands and it's being clarified by the Three of Pentacles. And it's sort of saying to me that you need to look out for a new opportunity to make a new foundation. Like the Three of, it's sort of like an either or. I feel like you might have to make a choice between them because the Three of Wands is somebody who's ready to go on his adventure. They're ready to go, but the Three of Pentacles is somebody who's still building up a foundation. So I'm feeling like there's some sort of choice here that you're going to have to make, or maybe that's why you're here, to try to inquire which way you should go. Anyway, I'm going to come here to the Two of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by the Page of Cups reversed. And this Two of Pentacles is sort of just reaffirming that choice that you have to make to me. Because the Two of Pentacles doesn't know, he's like juggling two options. He doesn't know which way he wants to go. You can see that the boat in here is on a quite stormy sea. It's like you can see the value in both of these options. The Page of Cups here, it's sort of like I feel one of these options was not welcomed. Like it sort of just came out of the blue sort of thing. And now that it's here, the reason why you're not welcoming it is because it's now making you have to choose between two different things. And you were a lot happier with the one option that you did have before. So here we have the Ace of Wands and it's being clarified by the Two of Wands reversed. What this is really saying is that you have to take action. You can't just ignore these and hope that one of them will go away. You're going to have to take action if you want your best outcome to like happen. And I do think that it's sort of leaning towards whichever one is which has a lot more passion for you, whichever one you're more passionate for, go for that one. Because just looking at the rest of the cards in your spread, you have 1, 2, 3 wands, and then you have you have 4 wands, 4 pentacles, and I'm feeling like whatever this choice is, it's between like a sure money thing or a passion project. It's also kind of reminding me of pile 2, but I feel that it's saying you'll be happier following your passion project. Actually, yeah, you'll be happier following your passion project. But with that, I feel like you don't really see a future with the passion project. Like you want to follow it, but you don't know if it's going to lead to anything good. And again, I do feel like this passion project sort of just came out of, well, at least one of them did come out of nowhere. And now, because you have to make a choice, it's not very welcome because you're not sure which way you want to go. With the Judgment up there in the reverse position, I feel like it could just really just be, again, about choice. You don't know which way it is. You don't know which judgment is going to lead you to the best outcome, which is going to lead you to the secure future. You have the Three of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm really seeing for your outcome is that you're going to be able to build up a foundation if you do choose this passion project one. Like, it will be a bit of a give and take, but it's not going to be terrible. And I feel that even if you were to go for the one that is a bit more stable, in the end, if you were to choose the passion one, or if you were to choose the more monetarily gaining one, you'll end up in the same place. So I feel that no matter what, it's best for you to choose your passion, if that makes sense. And I do feel like that is where the block is coming for you. Like, I feel that there's probably a stable foundation or a stable situation that you're in currently, but the reason you're not progressing is because you don't really like it and you're not really looking for the opportunities, or you're just waiting for things to come by to you. This is really saying to go out and make what you want to happen. That's where you're going to find more progression. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to these Oracle cards, and these first ones I have for you are Moonology cards. So the first one you have is communication is key. Then the second one you have is a time for healing. And the third one you have is the answers you need are coming. The back of the deck, you have your dreams need a practical plan. And to be honest, that's the one I'm seeing the most for you. That's the most relevant. Like, you need, I feel that it is best for you to go with the option that you're about more passionate with, but you need to make more steps to it. You need to make you need to make definite steps. And so I'm going to come here first to the communication is key, which is the new moon in Gemini. And yeah, I do think that, like, I feel it might not be a lot of people who know that you are serious about this passionate thing that you are after. And if you start to let people know, that's when things will start to happen for you. That's when more opportunities will start to come through. I'm going to come here first to the answers you need are coming, which is the full moon in Gemini. So once you start to communicate what it is that you actually want, that's when, then quite soon after, what you actually want to happen will start to come. It's just you need to make the decision before things start to happen. And then we have the time for healing, which is the balsamic moon. And I do think that's just really saying it's time before you make the choice, because I feel like because this is between the two, it's sort of, again, kind of reminding me of scales. Before you could get into balance, you're going to have to step away and really like dig down and decide, is this what I really want? Is this the risk I'm willing to take? Because I do feel that once you do that, the answer will be yes, but you have to convince yourself first before you start communicating and convincing other people. And before you could get anywhere with it, you're going to have to take that time out for yourself. Anyway, so next I have these Clow cards for you. And you have two. The first one is the maze, and then the second one is the dash. So I'll just read those out to you. So I'm going to start here with the maze, and the maze says, losing confidence and confusion. And I do feel like that's just where you are at the moment. Like you don't know which way it is that you want to go because one is a sure thing and the other is a lot less stable. But it does also have like the advice with it to draw a picture of where it is what you want to go. Like you have to decide where it is that you want to end up, and that will inform your decision. Then, the next card is the dash. The dash says, the instantaneous power of victory in your hand, an internal fight with yourself. So I'm just really seeing for you the fight with yourself because, again, you don't, I feel like these two parts of you are warring. Like, do you choose your passion and you could build up on that, or do you choose where you already are stable? And you, again, there is victory here. It's just that you need to sit down and talk to yourself and figure out where your values lie. Do they lie in maybe just doing your passion on the side, or do they lie in no, this is what you actually want to do, this is what you want to make your full time? Anyway, so then the next card I have for you is one of these guided by the angel cards. And the one I have is number 31, which is Lekabel. I'm just going to read that out to you. So Lekabel says, he is blessed with courage when facing the most difficult obstacles, but should be careful with his power as abusing it could be extremely detrimental to him. He has natural protection and his fortune is based on his talents. His higher self instills his lower self with a gift for studying and applying his knowledge of natural forces for the good of the community. He really appreciates old books on history and archaeology. And yeah, it says right here in the card, his fortune is based on his talents. So there's a real big good ahead. This is your passion. And I feel like there is talent you have here with it. Like, I don't think it's like something that anyone could just do. It's like a skill that you've built up. And it is really, again, a go ahead to say that you will be good at get it. Your fortune does lie here. Anyway, I'm just going to read out the attributes now. So the attribute is the inspirational god. The planet is Mars. The angelic choir is the powers. The ruling hour is from 10 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. The reasons for invoking are to resolve professional issues, to resolve very difficult problems, and to receive revelations. So these are the next cards I have for you. You have 4. These are lookup cards. The first one is the best view. The best view comes after the hardest climb. And I do think that, again, you do have a foundation in one, but the other one is a more passion project that you have going on. And I do think that, let's say if like something like playing the guitar, that's what I'm sort of picking up on. You do have skills already in playing the guitar. It's just like you have to get your name out there. But I feel that once it does pick up the momentum, I feel like you'll be a lot happier than if you just went the traditional route. Then we have a goal. It's just a dream with a deadline. But yeah, so it is sort of saying that because I feel like this would be sort of your dream if you were able to make this work. And I'm not seeing more like a time deadline. I feel like it's just more of a place that you want to go. You have to decide where, again, you have to decide where it is you want to end up. And then we have, it may be stormy now, but it never rains forever. And I do think that's just about, once again, you're going to have to put in work before this does pick up. And a year from now, you'll wish you had started today. So that's sort of just saying get a move on. I'm going to read the back of the cards out now for you. So we have declutter your living space and donate anything that isn't useful or beautiful. Put aside past differences and reach out to old friends. Don't be full of excuses. Commit to seeing things through to the end. And make your bed every morning. I usually don't really like that one, like the back of these cards. I do like don't be full of excuses for you in particular, because I feel that if something does go a bit wrong, you might like sort of derail yourself. So don't do that. But I have this mindful activity for you to do if you are interested. So this is the activity I picked out for you. It's sort of like a toothbrush cup holder with toothpaste and a frog brushing its teeth. And it says, mindful brushing. Some things we do so often that we almost don't notice them anymore. Brushing your teeth, for example, is usually performed automatically, while the mind skips off to other plans, worries, or regrets. Instead, try focusing and really experience it. Notice how the brush moves over your teeth and the taste of the toothpaste. Slow the process down and really try and notice every sensation that occurs. Today, brush your teeth mindfully. You might be surprised at what you notice. So yeah, that's something for you to do if you are interested in it. But anyway, pile 4, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I'll appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye.